Hello everybody and welcome to the Falinks Draft League Season 7, Week 2. Last week we beat the Pacifilog Piplups 2-1, a little bit scary with the Terra Steel Urshifu, didn't really have a great way to hit that game 2, brought Gyarados game 3 and managed to take it out with a couple of waterfalls. This week we're up against the San Diego Salamences, who I believe, yes, they lost their Week 1, it was to the Madrid Mimikyus, which is, a player that beat us last season, so no slouch. We can take a look at their team. It is Koraidon, Chi-Yu, Brute Bonnet, Sylveon, shaymin-sky, Weavile, slowking-galar, Murkrow, Dreadnought, and rotom-frost. So it's a Sun team, centered around Koraidon, powering up fire attacks from Chi-Yu, giving Brute Bonnet photosynthesis, and just Brute Bonnet providing support for the Sun team. But then that's kind of it for the Sun mode. That's just those three Pokemon that benefit from the Sun. There's a shaymin-sky. Sylveon actually does have, sort of benefits from the Sun. It does have Weather Ball for some coverage that Sylveon is really lacking. Fairy types just love to have fire type attacks. But this team, it just feels like it's missing a few pieces that it would want, right? I'm a staunch advocate that I think every team should have a ground type, and this one does not have a ground type. You don't need an electric type, but oh, no, it does have an electric type down here. I overlooked this guy because it's probably the worst Rotom in the game, but it's fine. You'd expect to see that on a team that can set snow, but this team can't. But again, snow is really bad, so it doesn't even matter. It's a Rotom. You can't get too bad with a Rotom. But yeah, the two restricteds obviously are Koraidon and shaymin-sky. I actually think shaymin-sky is a little bit decent. Colin thinks it's terrible in B, but I think it would be a little bit too good in C. I think I did vote for B. Expecting to not pick it up myself, but I just felt like it was too good for C tier. And I don't like to rig the draft like Colin wanted to. He's like, let's put it C tier and then take it. I'm like, I think I'd rather have it fairly in B, personally. Yeah, because even then, I didn't think I was taking it. I knew I wanted to fucking base stat behemoths in Miraidon and Necrozma. Anyway, the most awkward thing about this matchup is that Koraidon and Miraidon are speed tying. It's a nightmare, and it's the problem that we've had to deal with all of Gen 9, with Miraidon, Koraidon, Chien-Pao, and Fluttermane all sharing 135 base speed. It's been kind of miserable, to be honest. But there is Tailwind available to both of us, unfortunately, because my opponent has Murkrow, and I have Jugulis. The awkward thing about that is that it creates a lead situation where if it's Murkrow Koraidon into Miraidon Jugulis, the Murkrow has Prankster, so that's going first. And then, because of dynamic speed, now Koraidon is faster than booster speed Jugulis and will be able to just fire off a hit at either one, really. I've got a few ways to get around that, but that's the main lead that I'm worried about, is Koraidon Murkrow. Other leads could be like Koraidon Chi-Yu to just get a powerful attack off with the Chi-Yu under Sun, or Chi-Yu to enable something like shaymin-sky as a lead, or even like Koraidon Brute Bonnet, and then just have Brute Bonnet redirect stuff and just be generally really annoying. The guys I expect to see, Koraidon 100%, Murkrow 100%, Sylveon probably, Shaymin, you just gotta bring your restricted, right? With guys like Dreadnought's never coming. I don't think Dreadnought ever comes to anything. Slowking does not feel like it here. Weavile could be it, because it matches up quite nicely into, Miraidon, Jugulis, and Dawn Wings. But it's I guess Azelf too, but I'm not bringing Azelf. It's, really, really bad into Treads, though. And Hands. Hands, I guess it could hit Hands a few times with, a Triple Axle or an Icicle Crash, but Treads just outspeeds it and kills it, unless my opponents manage to get Tailwind up, which I believe was the biggest problem that they made Week 1. We can go over here, and then we'll get off of my team. We'll go to San Diego Salamences to see their Week 1. I believe the problem that they made was that they brought Dark type, Dark type, Dark type, Dark type into a Fairy type. They brought all 4 of their Dark types into a Fairy, and it just obliterated them. And also, fighting Dragon. So, I guess she was not technically weak to Fairy, but they brought 4 Fairy weaks and no Fairy resists into a Fairy type and just got obliterated by it. So, I would hope that they don't do that again, because I have Fairies, but I'm not bringing them. I'm not bringing Florges just because the physical defense is not enough to be that much of an asset into a Koraidon. We can get into what I've done. Starting off with Miraidon, I knew going in that I wanted to be able to switch moves, because the most important thing, like I said, with that Koraidon Murkrow lead, they could just blow me up with Dragon Claw plus Tailwind if I don't have the ability to Protect. So Protect is necessary. I'm also running Substitute, but I can get to that in a second. This is enough special attack to KO Koraidon no matter what with Draco Meteor. Whether or not it terras, right? Obviously, I kill it when it doesn't terra because it's weak to me. If it terras into something neutral to dragon, like fire, most common Koraidon terra type, it dies to this Draco. This will also kill, like, every Chi-Yu ever. Like, it'd have to go really bulky, and Chi-Yu just does not want to go bulky at once the speed. With Electroshot and Draco Meteor have the exact same base power, so I can just go for Electroshot. Unless it's something that resists electric, like the Koraidon or the Brute Bonnet. I'll two-shot the Sylveon. That's not that big of a deal. Shaymin-sky, kind of expecting Sash if there's no Weavile. If there's Weavile, it would be something else, but I like this really wants the Sash. This is so frail. It would go down to Sash. And then Terra Fairy is just a great thing to have on something that naturally resists fire, because the Koraidon will not be able to KO me with Flare Blitz, which means every turn's 50-50 for it, because if it goes for the fighting move or the dragon move, and I Terra Fairy, I live. And if it goes for the fire move and I don't Terra Fairy, I live. So it puts my opponent in a really bad position where they have to guess every single turn. They can never be sure. The plan is to lead this with Jugulus. We have Air Slash Rock Tomb, Tailwind, Protect. Rock Tomb is my secret sauce to avoid the speed ties with Koraidon. With the booster speed, I will be faster than Koraidon. And then I can, either if it's Murkrow, the plan is to protect this Tailwind here, and if it's something else like the Chi-Yu, I could still just Tailwind and kill something, or I could Rock Tomb. If choose Scarf, it would be faster than me. I'd break the Sash and then kill it with this and this, or this covers for Sash or Scarf, I should say, because I think there's also a chance Chi-Yu goes Sash. So that covers for both Sash and Scarf, whereas Tailwind only covers for Scarf, and then just doubling it only covers for Sash. Like doubling it with an attack that isn't Rock Tomb, I should add. I'm Focus Sash. I would have loved to have Focus Sash on the Treads because Treads is weak to a lot of things here. But this was necessary. I tried like everything I could think of to keep the Sash on Treads. But the problem was with I tried Electric Seed first because that gives me a defense boost. Problem is that if it's that lets me live Life Orb Close Combat from Koraidon, but it does not let me live Terrafire Life Orb boosted Flare Blitz in the sun. And then I'm like, okay, Utility Umbrella, give me a fire type, essentially resist in the sun. That lets me live the Flare Blitz, but then it doesn't let me live Life Orb Close Combat. And I do think it's probably going to be Collision Course, but I did want to have a plan for Close Combat as well. So ultimately, this one is just more important than the Treads. This one needs the Sash because it has to get through that first turn to Tailwind. Because if it's Tailwind from the Murkrow, and then they read my Protect, they'll attack me with Koraidon, and then if I die, I get no Tailwind, and then I just get swept by Koraidon with 4 turns of Tailwind, or I guess 3 remaining turns of Tailwind. So that's the game plan A. The reason we have Substitute on this is because I have a game plan B with Fake Out. My thought was that if I lead Fake Out Miraidon, or Hands Miraidon, I feel like these two they probably both carry Protect, right? I feel like they just double Protect, and if they double Protect, that gives me a free Substitute, which is just better than having Tailwind, right? Because that means the Koraidon has just burned a Protect on the first turn. It's probably got a switch, right? Because you want to break the sub with Murkrow. And then you want to have Koraidon finish off, but the problem is that the Murkrow is just slower than the Koraidon. So the Koraidon, if it's burn and protect, it's got to switch, right? It can't stay in. And then I can double that slot with a Draco plus, I think Draco plus Wild Charge kills everything, because Wild Charge kills Sylveon and Electric Terrain. Or I guess I could even just do, if there's no Slowking, I could do, Fighting plus Electro Drift, and that also covers everything, I think. Like a Drain Punch plus Electro Drift covers everything, I think. Yeah, except maybe Slowking. If it's Slowking, I guess I would have to do Wild Charge plus... Actually, Wild Charge plus Electro Drift probably still covers everything. The thing is, Miraidon has guaranteed IVs. I would have loved to do 0 attack, because if we put Miraidon in here... let me just do this. Let's put Miraidon... Oh, it's got my weak 1. Let's refresh. Let's put... Oh, it still has my weak 1s. Oh, I have to delete all custom sets. Yes. Week 2, I think I should have them copy-pasted still. Save. Yes. Refresh. Custom sets only. There we go. We put Miraidon into Murkrow. Look at this. This is so sad. Foul Play does... Oh, it's 28 EVs. I thought that was IVs for some reason. Foul Play does 23 to 28%, but if I was allowed to go 0 attack, it does exactly 24, and it would never break my sub. The unfortunate thing is that if I validate, Miraidon must have 31 attack IVs. It's very sad. Actually, I just thought about something. They're giving out a new Miraidon, on Friday. I wonder if that one won't have IVs. That's very possible. That the event one could have 0 attack IVs. That would be crazy because it would mean Shiny Miraidon is optimal always. That's crazy to think about. I hope so. I really hope so. If this match was my week 8 or like a later week, that would be so good. Because currently the thing is I have to Terra Fairy in front of the Murkrow to get a resist on the foul play. Yeah. Anyway, then these attack EVs let Wild Charge kill Sylveon because I'm getting the Quark Drive attack boost as well as Electric Terrain boost on the base power Wild Charge, so it kills Sylveon. And Close Combats is a just huge fucking hit into Koraidon. If it's that, let's put Iron Hands in the Electric Terrain. Watch this. Look at that, 78 to 88%. It's the same as Low Kick, but the important thing is that Close Combat also has a better thing into Brute Bonnet. Yeah, guaranteed kill. Into this is max defense with not with a thing, but I into Miraidon, you know, I really do expect it to be like that, right? Which means that I even kill it outside of Electric Terrain, which is really nice. This also sort of pivots us into our second game mode. Also, the speed is because Brute Bonnet only has 75 speed, so if it's 4 speed, I'm faster than it, so I can kill it before it does anything nasty. You probably just saw a message on here where Colin said he doesn't think it has Spore, but I do like to prep for worst case scenario, and the worst case scenario would be that if I'm leading something that isn't Miraidon, it would Spore like my Trick Room or something, which is pivoting us into the next plan, which is Trick Room. So if that plan A, it is a little bit flimsy because my opponent can just read into the Protect, or it's a little bit premeditated, right? Like I have to sort of, there's like one line that I go down, and I'm hoping to catch him off guard the first time, and then maybe if he does it again, I will do something different. So what's the most surefire way to stop Tailwind? It's to set Trick Room. So I am bringing Necrozma, even though it feels like really bad because of quad Dark types, but I'd hope that my opponent's learned his lesson about bringing quad Dark types after last week, and I guess if he does bring them, I just don't bring this. Again, it's also Terra Fairy, so none of these other fairies that I've gone over are necessary. This will let me live a few hits from Sylveon, but I already lived one with that. This just gives me a fairy resist. There's probably a better Terra type for hands as well. Because there's no type that resists both fairy and ground. So I have to pick between fairy and ground, and I'd rather resist fairy and fire, which I believe this is the only type that resists fairy and fire. Because, yeah, the only ground move on this team is, like, Terra Blast from Sylveon if it's that, and Earth Power from Shaymin. Anyway, the thing about this is that I have Mental Herb for Taunt, even though I don't expect the Murkrow to have Taunt, but this is just the thing that I bring into Murkrow if I'm, like, 100% set that Murkrow's coming. And I set Trick Room, which Murkrow has no way of stopping with just the Taunt. This, again, is what I like to say about teams that have Trick Room modes but are not hard Trick Room. No, he's not going to run Imprison Slowking, right? If I was hard Trick Room, like if I was Tyler, he might run Imprison Trick Room Slowking, but he's not going to do that into me because I'm so fast otherwise. These EVs, I believe this special attack lets me kill any Terra type, not any Terra type, but a Terra type that doesn't resist either Fighting or Psychic. I should be able to kill like Terra Fire Koraidon with Photon Geyser into Drain Punch. Terra Blast is just doing tons of damage to any of the darks that aren't Chi-Yu. And then Trick Room Protect. Again, it's Terra Fairy, and I didn't feel like Terra Blast is any detriment to this because if this comes, it has to Terra Fairy because of the 4 dark types on this team. I don't remember what the general bulk was. I'm betting this defense just lets me live something from Koraidon because I believe Koraidon is actually his only physical attacker. If we put Necrozma back in, yeah, we're living a Flare Blitz outside of Terra Fire. We do die to Terra Fire. Actually, I'm curious. No. I don't remember what the defense was for. Because it's not just that. It's letting me live something else. Is it... Maybe it's Terra Fire from No Life Orb? Yeah, that might be what it is. Yeah, I think it's Terra Fire from No Life Orb. And then... yeah, that's the rest of it's just an HP and special defense because that's where I get the most EVs. Next up, so basically the plan is either lead this and this, or this and this, or this and this. And then I just wanted 2 guys that are good in the back. Actually, if I'm leading Trick Room mode, I bring these 2. Then I bring Moltres just because it's the next slowest thing. This is just a super specially defensive Moltres. Basically, the idea is that this can win any 1v1 except maybe Koraidon. Actually, it probably can beat Koraidon if I stall the sun. Let's find out, actually. If we remove the sun, put Moltres in, Dragon Claw is 46. Yeah, actually, oh, this is no Life Orb, though. Actually, no, we could beat Koraidon. We just have to Roost until it burns itself. It does not work into Terrafire Koraidon if he's still got his Terra available. But we beat it if we burn it. This should be able to beat Sylveon, should be able to beat Chi-Yu in a 1v1, and it should be able to beat shaymin-sky in a 1v1 because of this trusty little Covert Cloak here. It means we can't get flinched or Spadef dropped by either of its Serene Grace abilities, or moves that use that. The Terra is just to get a, same sort of thing where, it's the same thing as Miraidon, where I naturally resist fire, so it gives me a 50-50 on any Koraidon hit. And then Chi-Yu gives me a Dark Pulse resist. This can come in the Trick Room mode, or this probably just comes in the back if I do one of my fast modes. And then also in the back on the fast mode is this Expert Belt Treads, just sort of as a cleanup crew. You got High Horsepower, Iron Head, Ice Fang, Protect. Again, like I said, I would have loved to have Sash on this. The Sash just lets it live any hit from anything. But the Expert Belt, I did find a use for it, right? If we put Iron Treads in, well, first of all, into this, if this Terra fires, it gives us a much better range on this, because if it's Life Orb, it's going to have taken 10%, which means it's going to die to High Horsepower. Actually, what is it? It's 158. I mean, the bottom 2 rolls don't kill, essentially. But Sylveon is another one. The Sylveon, if it has some defense, without the Expert Belt, actually, it's just living, right? Like, most of the time. So the Expert Belt actually does give me a guaranteed 1-hit KO on Sylveon, which is really nice. And also, the shaymin-sky, the Ice Fang was not killing without Expert Belt. There's a decent chance to kill, but it might not. Like, basically, one of the things I was thinking about was, before this, I'm like, okay, well, what if I do Ice Spinner for the extra base power increase? But then, I'm going to be removing the terrain, so let me go Booster Energy, so that I remove the terrain, and then I stay fast, essentially. But then that makes Miraidon weaker. So ultimately I did decide to do Expert Belt with Ice Fang instead. It's a bit weaker, but with the Expert Belt, it comes out to, like, I think 2 base power weaker than Ice Spinner. Plus I get this freeze chance and a flinch chance. It can miss though, but I do have the Iron Head, which can't. That's the team overall. I'm pretty happy with it. I really like the ability to just... It really is just Hands is the glue that holds this whole team together. I'm very happy to have gotten Hands because it's sort of a glue that can hold the Electric Terrain mode and the Trick Room mode together, which is really nice that there's just one Pokemon that slots so nicely into such a hybrid team of, like, really fast and, pretty slow. Not super slow, but pretty slow. Oh, also the speed. Like I said, this is faster than Brute Bonnet, just in case it does have the Spore, which, again, Colin and I both... I mean, we're both in agreement. He thinks that I think that it's going to have Spore. I just like to have a plan in case it does, but I don't think it's going to. This is just slower than... I can never be slower than Min-Speed Sylveon, obviously, because its base power, or its base speed is slower than me. But I can be slower than No-Speed Sylveon, which is 80. We're 1 slower than that. This is slower than that. So under Trick Room, this will move first, which is good because this is the one I want to move first and KO, a Brute Bonnet that's using Rage Powder. And then this one gets to hit an attack on somebody else. Originally, I did have a little... Like, I don't need all the speed and all the special attack. I had a little bit more bulk. But I figured, a little bit more damage is nice into the Koraidon. Because if we put Koraidon into Jug... 70%, whereas, like, if it was, like, down here, it's not doing 70%, like, that's actually kind of relevant because any number that's a factor of 10, or I guess a multiple of 10, is really nice, because if it's Life Orb, that means 3 hits from Life Orb and it's dead. Or, maybe if it goes -1, yeah, and then if I was, like, down here, I was not this low, so that's a null point. But, maybe it could have some bulk, right? And then if I was down here, the percent to kill is getting worse. And then I figured, what? since I'm already sashed, the bulk doesn't matter that much. So I'll just go air slash with max special attack, and then obviously you have to raise the speed higher than that, and it's a jump point, so I just get 2 extra points of speed. Moltres' speed is... What is Moltres outspeeding? It's outspeeding... It's definitely outspeeding Koraidon under Tailwind, because you only need to be 103 to outspeed this under Tailwind. What is the next fastest thing? It must just be speed creeping, something that's like... Oh, I know what it is. It's, wait, no, I don't. I was gonna say it's outspeeding Sylveon. That's speed creeping, because Sylveon... Oh! It's outspeeding max speed Sylveon? That can't be right, can it? Because Sylveon should go 103, right? To under Tailwind hit 206, which is faster than 205. What is this outspeeding? Is Sylveon... I think it's probably just something I put in case something on their team tries to speed creep Moltres, but it's not relevant at all. Maybe I will rework this. I think I will actually rework this Moltres EV spread, because I did kind of just dump EVs. I think maybe a little bit of defense could help me into the Koraidon. So I'll probably change that, but other than that, this is what the team's going to look like. So I guess we can hop right into the battle. Okay. Shaymin, what's that guy? Sylveon. This is like the exact 6 that I prepped against. Wow. Koraidon, Murkrow, Chi-Yu, and then Brute Bonnet. Koraidon's Fight. She used Dark, Fairy, Ground, and Grass. Wow, a lot of defense or offensive types. Only one defensive Terra type? Alright. In this case, do I just go Trick Room first? I'm gonna do Trick Room mode first. I think maybe he'll like go on the Tailwind mode first, and then if I can dissuade him from doing that with my Trick Room mode, then I can chill. Right, get rid of that. Okay. Chi-Yu. Yeah, Chi-Yu can never kill hands, like ever, not even overheat, because it's Terra Dark. Show me a Murkrow. Yes! Yes, dude! We got the lead right. Alright, Terra Fairy Trick Room. Fake out there. Koraidon being a fighting type is abysmal for it. Necrozma, Photon Geyser is a guaranteed KO on Koraidon, so I don't even have to double it. Oh my gosh, next turn I can just Photon Geyser and Wild Charge or Fighting Move the Murkrow. Sylveon comes in to Terra Fairy. Here's my Terra. There's Fake Out. Let's see if it's Taunt. Screech. So Sylveon, Photon Geyser is 34. Iron Hands. Is it bad to switch Miraidon and then just kill the Sylveon? Because 34 plus 60 is not a guaranteed KO in this Sylveon. Although it has chip. It has chip. I'm stupid. I should just double it. Let's find out if it's min-speed Sylveon. Okay, protected. One turn to trick him down. Feather Dance. Okay. Screech and Feather Dance. I'll still Photon Geyser. I'll switch this guy in. Detect means not Specs, that's nice to know. Even though I would not expect Specs, I'd expect Throat Spray more likely. The defense... I am still defense dropped. Not that it matters here, but it will matter if Koraidon is to come back in. It does have Quash, okay. No Throat Spray. That does not kill. No crit, that's really nice. There's a Feather Dance, that's what happened. Actually, not on that turn. Now I Photon Geyser this. And Wild Charge that. Detect and... Screech Necrozma. Yeah, okay. Wait, no Protect Sylveon? I don't know what to do. He's not saying anything. I'm just gonna do the same thing, even though I feel like this is, like, way worse. I don't know. Okay. Quick attack. Oh, and I got the Flame Body. Okay, Necrozma gets one. And Necrozma's -4. Guppy? It's something else, Chiyu, okay. Beads of Ruin. We'll Terra Blast and Air Slash the Chiyu. Air Slash is 34. Necrozma is 30. If it's Scarfed, we're fine, because it can't protect if it's Scarfed. It is. Oh, okay, it's not scarfed. And it does have quash. Okay, I forgot to write that. Oh, I did write that on the Murkrow. I don't know why you'd quash and that, yeah. How many turns of Trick Room are left? 2? Last turn, okay. Do I kill the Murkrow with Terra Blast? Oh, I was not Terra for the Chi-Yu. 45? Do I kill the Murkrow? No. But I will kill it with that into Flamethrower. Watch that, that's fine. That's a lot of damage. That might be Sash Murkrow. Heat Wave's gonna miss somebody. Misses Geologist, that's bad for him. Okay, Necrozma gets 2. Alright, Koraidon comes back in, which is gonna get more sunlight. I did not see a Protect on the Koraidon the first time. Oh, don't run. I want to protect Pokemon. Iron Hands took a lot. What did it take that from? Oh, I took a Hyper Voice. I don't think he'll live, actually. I think I have to. Do I protect damage? Yeah, I think I protected this. Damage that with Air Slash. Okay, Terra something. Probably fighting. She showed Heat Wave. Putting Sash question mark on the Murkrow. Alright, show me Flare Blitz or something. There's a Heat Wave. It is faster than Koraidon? Okay, Wild Charge. That's weird. I saw that Chi-Yu change moves, though, is the weird thing. Can Chi-Yu be faster than Koraidon? I mean, it surely can, right? Yeah. Okay, it lives. Heat Wave. Oh, Geologist does tank. Close combat. Necrozma takes 3. Hands comes in. Get our electric terrain boost. We Trick Room and Fake Out. And now we Terra Blast and Drain Punch. Hands one. Okay, that was really close. I feel like maybe if he had gotten the turns right, it would have flipped differently. How do I make that not so close? I mean, I did kind of get all the protect turns wrong. Yeah, the keep was kind of clutch. Alright, game 2. Yup. So the Murkrow is really annoying. I think I like hands Miraidon. I think if I can get a substitute up, I'm kind of chilling, like, quite nicely. Knowing that Murkrow probably doesn't have Foul Play, because I feel like it would have clicked it at least once. Then do I even want Moltres? Moltres was good into... not great into Chi-Yu. Maybe no Moltres. I do want this. Do I bring Juggy in the back, or do I bring Necrozma in the back? Necrozma in the back feels kind of bad, because it doesn't really let me Terra early. I think I will still bring this. It's just a nice to have a Fire, Fairy, Grass, and Ground switch in. It kind of resists everything that I need in this matchup. It just does not really deal damage into anything. But if I can remove the, if I can just get it down to a 1v2 or a Murkrow and a special attacker, it should just win the game. Sylveon Brute on it. Do I just switch to this? I'm gonna do this. This definitely kills the Brute Bonnet. Speed boost. Terra. Oh, Brute Bonnet is the Terra. I did not see the defensive barrier. Yikes. Okay, well I can Iron Head that next turn. Let's see, Brute Bonnet. Okay, that's good. What did it use? Hang on, I'm pulling up the video. I can't pull up the video because I'm still filming something else. Okay, I don't know what that used. It used something, but it failed. Rage Powder, maybe? No, it couldn't be Rage Powder. Well, Iron Head this, and then switch to this. Something that failed. Sucker Punch. It was Sucker Punch. Spreads gets one. Yeah, surely. Sucker Punch on Brute Bonnet. Guppy comes in. I'm faster than Guppy. Yeah. Terra Water, kill the Brute Bonnet, live the Heat Wave. Yeah, we're fine, we're fine. Brute Bonnet does die to Iron Head? Surely, right? Yeah, no photosynthesis and not that much defense. Surely it dies to this. Oh, it lives, but the Moltres should kill it. Oh, not with this just Citrus Berry, though. No burn, no burn. Okay. Does this kill? No! Okay, we protect. And then Flamethrower. Sucker Punch, good. Dark Pulse. That's kind of what I'd expect. Okay, Moltres gets one. That's kind of the guy I expect in the back. Okay, into Koraidon. What is stronger between Ice Fang? Ice Fang is my strongest move, but not by a whole lot. Is it worth the... Yeah, I think it is worth the 5% mischance. Hit 30%. I could have killed the Chiyu, but I really did expect it to Heat Wave there. And I should just die. Drain Punch. Oh, get burned, get burned. Come on. Don't go for contact moves into my Moltres if you aren't ready to get burned. Nice. Okay, I think we had it without that, because the Miraidon comes in. We haven't seen Protect. We've seen 3 attacks. Drain Punch. I feel like that guy... It definitely changed moves. I don't know what it is, though. You go to the left, you go to the right. What do I do here? I could Electro Drift and probably kill the Guppy, but the Guppy can protect. I don't expect the Koraidon to be able to protect, so I think just Dracoing it is the safer option. And then... I suppose we do fake this out just as contingency, or... I think we do this. Yeah, okay. This is to cover for if I miss the Draco. Worst case scenario is I miss Draco. Okay, don't. And I'll Electro Drift to not miss, and Drain Punch. Let's see how much -2 does. Would it have killed? Yes, it would have killed. That's -2. That's fucking crazy. Alright, hands should never die to this. Yeah, okay, we're fine. Oh, I got burned too. And hands is gonna take another one. That's good games to my opponent. That was really close game 1, actually. And that was with them being in a worse position than otherwise they would have, I think. Because it would have taken me an extra turn to kill the Sylveon. So I think if we had played it out, I very easily could have lost that game 1. If you enjoyed that, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Take care, and I'll see you next time in the next week. We're playing Spring. Those are always some crazy matches, so you're not going to want to miss that. So stay tuned.